Okay, good afternoon everybody. No Nothing Cook coming to you again from his mother's kitchen. And today we're going to try something that my mother made growing up here, and I'm going to try it. She's in the other room napping. We'll probably have her help being the sous chef at some point during this, I hope. Today we're going to make, I think it's called Swiss steak. Anyways, I have here the steak. It's round cube steak, butcher shop beef round, pounded to make it tender. We have some flour here, and we're going to put in the flour. I'll fry it on the stove with the vegetable oil, and then when that is done, I got some onions here. We're going to chop a few of them up. We'll deglaze it with, looks like we're going to have red wine vinegar, and I'll show you as we're going along, I hope. And let me get started, and that'll be okay. Here we have 3 packets of brown gravy mix with 3 cups of water. I'm going to bring this to a boil and then simmer it for about a minute or 2. Let it thicken, and then we'll let it sit on the side, and we'll start the steak process. I'm not really sure how the order you do this in, and the brains behind this is napping. And we don't want to disturb that nap. But then when she wakes up, she's going to yell at me, so I know I'm wrong. I should have woke her. Okay, anyways, this is what I'll be doing for the next couple of minutes. Here we have the onions, 3 onions cut half moon. And here we have our official taste tester for the day. Oh, see, he's being cordially modest right now. Gravy is gravy. Pan is heating up. And here I have the flour. The only thing I'm doing with the flour is I added some salt and pepper to it, and then we'll give it a little bit of a mix. And I think I'm going to add a little bit more pepper and salt to it. So I'm assuming we're at about a tablespoon when it's all said and done, and maybe 2 teaspoons of the salt. And then I'm going to dredge boy, there's a lot of flour here. Sorry about this, mother, but that's okay. I'm going to go over to the stove. I'm going to dredge, and I'll put it in the okay, now this steak, as I told you, it's thin cut, and I guess it's already tenderized, because it looks like it was beaten. And hopefully this is all you do. Come over, put them in the frying pan. There's 2 pounds of meat here, so I'm just going to show you this one piece, and then I'll finish up. Okay. And alrighty. Okay, people. See you when everything is complete. Okay, we have no red wine, but we have red wine vinegar. We're going to do a little deglazing. And we're going to pour in, that was probably 1/4 cup. I'm going to lower the heat a little bit. And then we're going to deglaze all those little steak bites and bits and everything else that's left behind. And then I'm going to add the onion to this before it all that's going to be delicious. Let me get the onion on this. Salud, little buddy. And then we'll just take the onions, throw the onions in there. Ooh. Oh, the vinegar is vinegaring. Okay. I'm going to saute these up until they're nice and brown. Then I'm going to add some of the gravy to it. But once I get this here, this way I know the onions have been all over. If I can get them to not cook up, brown up, or brown up from what's in the pan. Then I'm going to add a little bit of the gravy. I don't even know if I'm in here. I'm holding the camera and looking at the pot and the pan instead of looking at the pan through the camera. Okay, now we take, let's move this out of the way. We'll grab some of this and get a little bit over the stove. Thank God we're cleaning. Today's cleaning day when we're done eating. Eventually all of this gravy is going to end up in here, but we're just going to do this here. Then I'm going to cook them down and take a picture of it at this point, and then we'll see what it looks like when they're cooked down. Okay, a little bit of advice. When you don't know what you're doing, and you have the veteran chef in the other room sitting down, whether she's napping or not, wake her up. Because, although it might be pretty good, I expected the onions to cook down some, maybe putting the gravy in too quick, because I didn't really want to caramelize the onions, and it was getting too hot even with the lowered heat. So I added the rest of the gravy, and a little Batman thing here, it's slanted. The food's going to be crooked, if you remember that far back. Anyways, I'm going to take it off the heat now, because I cooked it down, and then I added a cup of water to re-waterize the gravy. I'm going to put it in here. Then I'm going to put it in the oven at 330 degrees for roughly 2 hours. But during those 2 hours, it'll have a glass cap on top of the lid. Oh, there's the bat single. Okay, let me put this all together. I did add 2 teaspoons of garlic powder to this mixture, and let me get this on, and we will see it when it's complete, I hope. The egg noodles. That's what we're gonna have with. Hi, buddy. That's what we're gonna have with the steak. With the Swiss steak. It's been in the oven for 2 hours, so I would assume it's going to be done. And I'm going to make the noodles according to the directions. Oh, and we're going to butter them with parsley. So that'll be. We'll put it on the stove, boiling water for 5 to 7 minutes. Take it off. I'll throw, I don't know, a cup or two or whatever, a tablespoon or two of butter. Mix it in, melt it, add the parsley, and serve it alongside the steak. Let's see how it turns out. Patiently awaiting he is. I hope that's enough.
Hello? Hey. Yeah, Rich, there probably isn't even a pound in there. Probably like 10 ounces. How many ounces?
Oh, that's a good question. I gotta look.
They're never a pound anymore. Jesus. Can't even get the freaking lid off.
Oh.
You didn't spray it? Silly question.
Silly question.
I don't know. Oh. I'm tired of telling you you need to spray.
Starting off with 2 tablespoons of butter. And I'll just mix this around in there until it melts. Along with the parsley. Let me get that. The plating. Go ahead. How was it?
Delicious.